Hey, what's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media. Do me a favor. Coming at you with another video, by the way. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. We do all kinds of sports content on here. Got the World Series going on. Got some great action today in the NFL. Bryce Young getting his first win as a starter for Carolina and his first ever NFL win. And who does he play? C.J. Stroud. Both talented quarterbacks. It's great to see these guys go up against each other on a football field. I kind of wish we had saw Ohio State, Alabama against these guys going, in college, but that was kind of unfortunate. But we got to see it today. C.J. Stroud, 16 of 24 for 140 yards, no touchdowns, but also no picks, so that's pretty good. Dameon Pierce, rookie out of Florida, 12 carries for 46 yards. What about the run game and passing game for Bryce Young and the Panthers, though? 22 of 31, 235 yards and a touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, 15 carries for 28 yards. Not a whole lot of offense, but again, these guys did pretty good. Bryce Young found a touchdown in this game. Outside of that, C.J. Stroud found a touchdown, ran in for a yard. So these teams were able to drive it down. But also you had a lot of miscues, miscommunication, and they just couldn't get it going too much. Either offense. Again, 15 to 13. I almost said 15 to 3. I apologize. 15 to 13, the final score in Carolina. Who was the favorite going into this game? Well, it actually had favored Houston by 3.5. The Panthers had more time of possession, over 30 minutes of game time. They had less yards, but it was very close. 229 for Houston, 224 for Carolina. One turnover late in the game got it for Carolina. The turnover was for the Texans, but Carolina, of course, had, Carolina had recovered a fumble or turnover on downs. I forget exactly. I did see some of this game. Watched some great highlights here. 16 first downs for Houston, 20 for the Panthers. And again, the time of possession, the Panthers had it. This was at Bank of America Stadium on Fox. It was a 3.5-point spread in favor of Houston. So kind of an upset. But how about Carolina getting their first win of the year? We knew they were going to struggle a little bit. I don't know if we expected it to be this bad, though. I mean, they have just given up more points than they've been able to score. They're dead last in the South Division of the NFC. I look at the Panthers. It's a great organization. I think that they have it going for them. I think that they are starting to find a rhythm. Bryce Young needed this win. C.J. Stroud's out here getting a few wins. They fall to 3-4. So, I look at this and I just say, for Bryce Young, tip your hat, young man. This was incredible. Finally getting a win. And when you look at him as a whole on the season, he ranks, I hate to say it, but I'm going to point it out. He does rank dead last in QBR at 32.1. And there's 32 teams, so 32 quarterbacks. So he's 32nd. Was the first overall pick this year. He's 5'10", 194, 967 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 4 picks. It's good that he has more touchdowns than he has picks. The reason being, I think they haven't benched Bryce Young because he's Bryce Young. We know what he is. We know what he did at Alabama to win a Heisman. Did not win a championship. He was part of the 2020 Mac Jones, Devontae Smith team. But he comes into the NFL, and it's phenomenal. He starts at Alabama. That's phenomenal. Let me rephrase that. I apologize. It's atrocious. Not him, but the Panthers organization, the lack of coaching, at least in the right way. The Panthers, man, finally getting a win. They lost every other game. They lost to Miami. They lost to the Lions. They lost to the Vikings. And these are good teams. I understand. But at some point, a team has to win in the NFL, right? This is almost like, I mean, watching the Panthers this year is almost like, gosh, what year was it? The Browns, well, back-to-back years, I think they went 0-16. But that's kind of like watching the Panthers this year is like you have some good players, but you just can't get a win. You just can't. You struggle with these, and the defense has just been so bad. But they played some good offenses. I'll give them that. They played Miami a couple weeks ago. They're coming off a bye week here. Miami 2 weeks ago, Tua and Bryce. That was an amazing game to watch. 42-21 for the Dolphins. 42-24, the Lions got them. 21-13, the Vikings got them, and so on and so forth. When you look at what Bryce is able to do, he had 3 touchdowns in that Lions loss. He had 1 in the Miami loss. Today he had a touchdown against Houston. But notice in those last 2 games, he hasn't thrown a pick. He hasn't thrown a pick since the Lions game when he threw 2 interceptions. And honestly, I mean, that's, kind of it. I mean, he's thrown 4. 2 of them came against the Lions. 2 of them came against the Lions. So let me know what your thoughts are on Bryce Young. Because I don't think he's a bust. I think this Panthers organization needs to get some stuff figured out. But I really think he's going to win a Super Bowl someday. He's going to get at least one, right? He didn't get a national championship in college other than being a backup in 2020. But he comes into the league, has a lot of potential. C.J. Stroud has potential. Texans have a better record. But obviously kind of an upset here in Carolina. 1-6 is what the Panthers advanced to, getting their first win of the season. Bryce Young, I'm sure, is very happy. I don't think they're going to win out or anything. They're not going to the playoffs. They'll probably still finish dead last in the division. But to get his first win and to perform like he did, even though there weren't a lot of points, there weren't a lot of touchdowns, he got 1. And the thing is, he still took 6 sacks and won this game. He took 6 sacks against the Texans today and got a W. Bryce, give me some, man. Come on. That's awesome. It's not awesome he took those sacks. He's got to figure out how to read defenses. He can't handle the pressure of defenses sometimes. Like he found ways to do it at times at Alabama, but if you got 3, 4, like everybody in his face, what is he going to do? He just collapses in the pocket. So, I don't know. There's so much he's got to learn. He's got a long way to go. But I credit him for getting his first victory as an NFL starter today. Love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll get some more content out very soon. We are college football focused here at Ballard Sports Media. That's the community we're in. I'm not against the NFL. I'm not against baseball or anything. In fact, I love all of it. It's just so hard to keep up with everything. NBA is just getting started. College basketball next month. Baseball, we're in the playoffs. We're at the World Series. So kind of talking a little bit about that. Don't forget our call-in show tonight. And we'll see you guys later on. I love y'all. God loves you. God bless you. And we'll see you again real soon. Ballard Sports Media. Checking out. Go get them, Bryce. Woo!